Friends, good morning. This is Muhammad Munawar, and what I'm going to share with you today is a medical device from Japan, the Levelook SD501. Although this is marketed as a medical device in Japan, throughout the world, this device is marketed as an essential kitchen appliance. In fact, this device is sold over 170 countries. And in US alone, more than 3,000 units are sold every month. This device transforms tap water into the healthiest water with 3 special properties. The Japanese call this water as Kangen water. The word Kangen is a Japanese term. It means return to the origin. The Japanese believe that when you drink Kangen water, your body goes back to its original state where you have got high healing powers, high energy levels, you get good sleep, and your body performs miracles. So how many of you want to really have a healthy life? Everyone. So all you have to do is drink Kangen water. The company that manufactures that unit is Enagic, and this company is situated in Osaka in Japan. Our company has all the world-class specifications like ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and the most important specification that we have is ISO 13485. This makes the Levelook SD501 as a medical device to be used in the hospitals also, and it also adheres to the highest norms of manufacturing. In fact, Enagic is approved by the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Diseases, where over 6,500 doctors have done the clinical test about this water, and they have approved this water for the people of Japan. We are the only company in the industry to receive this honor due to Enagic's high-grade medical production. Coming to the West, in US there is an association called the Water Quality Association, and we are proud that Enagic is the only water ionizer which has got the WQA Gold Seal Award. That means we are talking about the best ionizer in the world and the best water in the world. This water is so very prominent that eminent doctors like Dr. Hiromi Shinya, who in 40 years has performed more than 3 lakh colonoscopies, is using this water and recommending this to all his patients. This water is also used by Dr. Corinne Allen to treat brain disorders, and this water is also recommended by Obama's cardiologist Dr. Gerald Bresnahan. In fact, this water is so prominent that many doctors throughout the world drink this water and also recommend this water to the people of the world. There are quite a few books written about this water. One book is called Change Your Water, Change Your Life, written by Dr. Dave Carpenter. There is one more book called The Enzyme Factor, which is an international health bestseller, and over 2 million copies sold. Behind this book, Dr. Hiromi Shinya has written the first sentence: drinking Kangen water can help cure obesity. In fact, there is one more book called Killing Cancer Not People, written by the director of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. In this book, Mr. Robert G. Wright clearly mentions that Kangen water is essential for anyone suffering from cancer. In fact, he has mentioned that if I were looking for an electrolysis unit today, I would choose the SD501 made by the Enagic company. So he has endorsed not only the model of the machine, but also the name of the company. He simply says that Enagic company is the Rolls-Royce of water ionizers. In fact, if you just get into the Google and type celebrities drinking Kangen water, you will find everyone from the President of US, from Bill Gates, from Tiger Woods, from prominent Hollywood actors and bureaucrats. They have been drinking this water for over 10 years. That means we are talking about a water which has been tested, tried, and proven globally. See, water is the most important substance in the world because 70% of our body is water. But most of us ignore water, and our total focus is only on the 30% of the body. That means the food, the nutrition, and the supplementation and the medication. But if you really want to change our body, should we focus on 30% or 70%? It's obvious we have to focus on 70%, that is water. They believe that if you change 70% of your body, your whole body changes. Now when it comes to water, we think about water only in a single dimension. Whether it is dirty or whether it is clean. And all the machinery that we are using today are machineries that convert dirty water into clean water. That means we are only using water purifiers. But today I am not going to talk about water purifiers. I am going to talk about a totally different dimension. That means bad water and good water. Bad water is water that harms our body on the long-term consumption of this water. And the classical example for that, it would surprise you, is the water that most of us have been drinking. According to WHO, RO water is bad water. Why? They have mentioned disease and early death is more likely to be seen with the long-term drinking of distilled reverse osmosis water. If you go to the net and check health risk from drinking demineralized water, you will find a 16-page report published way back in the 80s that tell about the risks of drinking RO water. RO water, according to the Japanese, is called dead water because RO water contains no minerals. We remove all the minerals only to suit the taste for our tongue. But when that water without any minerals get into our body, instead of giving some nutrients to the body, the water draws away the nutrients from our body, and every time we urinate it, flushes it out. So on the long term, is it good or bad? 100% it is bad. So what are good waters? See, good waters are water that promote the healing of our body. And God has created some natural sources. If you go to the net and search for natural miracle healing waters, you will find that there are quite a few places in the world where for thousands of years people have been drinking some special type of waters and they have got miraculous health benefits. That include Lacote in Mexico. That include Nordino in Germany where the water comes in the caves. That includes Zamzam water in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and also Lourdes in France. Even in India, in the Himalayan region, we have got the Ganga. So all these waters are called good waters because they promote the healing of our body. When the scientists did the research, why these waters actually do the healing, they found out that all these waters have three special properties. And all those three special properties are found in Kangen water. And that is the reason Kangen water also promotes the healing of our body. And the three special properties which are there in Kangen water and which are also there in the natural miracle healing waters are, number 1, antioxidant property. Number 2, alkalinization property. And number 3, microclustering property. Let me talk about each one by one. Let me talk about antioxidation first. See, antioxidation means it's got something to do with oxygen. Is oxygen good for our body or bad? Naturally it is good, but it also has some negative effects like the process of rusting, which is otherwise called aging or oxidation. And when this rusting is not taken care of in the right time, it also breaks metals. And this same rusting happens to fruits and vegetables and they start decaying. And the same oxidation process happens in our body in and out. The outside changes we are able to see, but the inside changes we are not able to see, but we are able to experience it in the form of 70 plus chronic diseases within our body. That includes diabetes, joint pain, thyroid, BP, and many more diseases which originate from within the body. So to slow down this aging process, we are supposed to take antioxidants. And today I am going to show that Kangen water is one of the most powerful antioxidant. Now the question is, how to test the oxidation or antioxidant property? Imagine you kept a fresh tomato and a fresh bottle of water. You left it for a week, and after a week what happens? Both of them oxidize. And the oxidation of the tomato is seen in the form of spoilage, but the oxidation of the water is not seen. So what do? We throw away the tomato, but the water, we drink it. But the question is the water not as bad as eating the bad tomato? 100% is. But since we don't see any change in the smell, color or texture of water, we drink it. But what we cannot see, today we have got an instrument that can measure whether a water is oxidizing or antioxidizing. And this meter is called an ORP meter, Oxidation Reduction Potential Meter. Through this meter, we can find out whether a liquid is oxidizing or antioxidizing. When we put the probe of this meter into the liquid, if it shows a positive reading, that means that water is oxidizing, damaging, destroying our cells. and higher the positive number, more oxidizing it is. And if that same probe shows a negative reading, that means that water is anti-oxidizing. So now let's directly look into the different waters we are drinking and look whether they are oxidizing or anti-oxidizing. So first, let me talk about Kinley water. Okay? So this is Kinley water, which many of us drink. And one more branded name here, the Bisleri water. And let's pour this into the glass. We have got one more liquid that most of us drink. It represents all the sodas, and that's, let's even see the ORP of this liquid. And here I have got the tap water. And yes, here the same tap water which has been converted into Kangen water. This is the pinpoint ORP meter. And through this we can find whether a liquid is oxidizing or anti-oxidizing. So first, let me put this meter into the Kinley. The Kinley is showing a reading of 170 and above. In fact, it is around 180. So this is oxidizing. Now let me take the Bisleri. So Bisleri, also we can see it is 190 and rising. In fact, it is around 210 and still rising. That means this water is also oxidizing. Now let me get into the sodas. So this is highly oxidizing, 400 and above. That means by drinking this liquid, you are aging twice as much as you are aging at present. So it's highly oxidizing, 395 and above. Now let's get on to our tap water. So when we get into our tap water, you can see that the tap water is around 270 and above. It's coming down. It has come to around 280. So this is also oxidizing. And now when we get into our Kangen water, you can see the number going minus. In fact, this has gone up to minus 500 and above. That means among all these waters, Kangen water is the only water which has the ability to quench our free radicals and protect our cells. And that's the reason they use this in hospitals. What did we see? All the liquids that we are having, they are all oxidizing. That means the more we are drinking, the more damage is happening to our cells. And only Kangen water has an ORP of minus 400 and above when taken fresh. In fact, even if you take fresh orange juice, it has an ORP of minus 80. If you take even green tea, it has an ORP of minus 100. In fact, it has been proven that 1 glass of Kangen water is equivalent to drinking 30 cups of green tea. So that's the amount of antioxidants that this water contains. This water is so powerful that if you go to the websites like National Center for Biotechnology Information, which is a part of the National Library of Medicine in the US, where you have got the research papers, you will find that electrolyzed reduced water protects against oxidative damage to the DNA, RNA, and to the protein of the cells. So once we start drinking Kangen water on a regular basis, we can slow down the oxidations of all our organs, including kidney, joints, lungs, brain, immune system, blood vessels. And in short, at the age of 70, you can look, feel, and experience 40. So how many of you at the age of 70 want to look, feel, and experience 40? Everyone. So all you have to do is drink Kangen water. Now let's get on to the second property, the alkalinization property. Humans, by nature, we are born alkaline. In fact, even doctors have written quite a few books that if you really want to be healthy, your body has to be slightly alkaline. And we all know alkalinity and acidity is measured in pH. 7 means neutral, below 7 is acidic, and above 7 is alkaline. So if you look at the pH of different parts of our body, we will find that in our body, only 2 things are acidic. One is our skin, a pH of 5.5 to 6, because it has to kill all the germs in the atmosphere. The second thing that is acidic is our stomach, because that has to help in digestion. So rest all our bodies, all the parts are slightly on the alkaline side. Even if you look into the pancreatic secretion, that is our insulin, that is also slightly 8 to 8.3. But the most important pH that we have to note is the pH of our blood, which is always between 7.35 and 7.45. To be precise, the pH of the blood maintains itself at 7.365. And whenever our body becomes acidic, we are prone to so many problems that include acid reflux, diabetes, cancer, gastritis, arthritis, obesity, cholesterol, gout, kidney failure, and many more things. Even if you talk about cancer, in 1931, Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg received a Nobel Prize. He proved that cancer is because of acidosis and hypoxia. Acidosis means too much acid in the body, and hypoxia means lack of oxygen in our cells. He discovered that cancer cells are anaerobic, they do not breathe oxygen. So when our cells are not able to get enough oxygen, what happens? They adapt themselves to survive without oxygen and they become cancer cells, and anaerobic cells multiply faster than the healthy cells. And he also proved that cancer cells cannot survive in the presence of high levels of oxygen as found in the alkaline state. He made two very powerful statements. They are, cancerous tissues are acidic and healthy tissues are alkaline. So if you want to be healthy, should our body be acidic or alkaline? 100% we must be slightly on the alkaline side. But let's see what we are doing to our body. The air we are breathing today in the cities, highly acidic. So what is happening? Our body is shifting from the original state to the acidic state. The foods we are eating today are more than 80% acidic. So what is happening? Our body, which has already become acidic, is becoming more acidic. That means the more acidic our body becomes, more we are prone to many more problems within our body. So if we really want to prevent those diseases from cropping up from within, we have to bring our body from the acidic state to the original state. That is around 7.365. That means if you want to bring our body from this state to this particular state, that means it is very important that we have to change the pH of the water, because we cannot change the air, we cannot change the food, but we can change the water. So the water that will really bring us from this particular state to the original state, that means the pH of the water should be at least 9. But the waters we are drinking today are more acidic than we think. Let's go straight away and look into it. So how do you test whether the liquid is acidic or alkaline? By using the pH drops. So let me put a couple of pH drops into all these liquids. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are we seeing here? Kinley water. Highly acidic. If you look at it, the pH is around 6.7, 6.8. No way it is helping our body. Highly acidic. Now let's get on to our Bisleri. So Bisleri also is, if you look into here, slightly on the acidic side. What about our 7-Up and Pepsi, all the sodas? This is very highly acidic. In fact, this has gone up to 2.8 to 3. In fact, this liquid is 50,000 times more acidic than our normal neutral water. Now let's come to our tap water. The tap water, wow, it's showing slightly neutral, slightly alkaline. And remember, tap waters are always slightly alkaline or neutral. Why? Because this water is regulated by the government. And the government uses chlorine and fluorine to clean this water. So if they're using chlorine, this has to show a pH of around 2.5 to 3. But why is it showing around 7.5? Because the government knows that if acidic water runs into the pipes get rusted. So in order to protect their pipes, they put a chemical into this called lye, L-Y-E, which has a pH of 14. So that raises the pH of this water and brings it to neutral. Okay. Now coming to the water that could really help us out, and that is the Kangen water. So this is the only water that has the ability to bring our body from this level to the original level. So once our body comes back to its original level, our body performs miracles. We can reverse many chronic diseases. See, so far you have been drinking Kangen other waters, but once you start drinking Kangen water, your body starts becoming alkaline within 8 to 10 days, depending on the quantity of water you drink. Once again, when I pour in this, it also starts becoming alkaline. And what about sodas? How much ever water I put, it doesn't make any change because this is highly acidic. In fact, just to neutralize this soda, I will have to put 32 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize 1 glass of any soda. And now talking about the tap water, yes. So many people ask, so far we have been drinking these different waters. Imagine we go out for a holiday. If you drink any other water, is it going to change? So imagine that your body is now alkaline. When you go out and drink any other water, still your body remains alkaline for a long time. Your body immunity increases. And number 2, after 4-5 days, when you come back and once again, when you drink back the Kangen water, your body once again comes back to the alkaline state. Now talking about this particular soda, to show that how dangerous this is already diluted. And imagine that you have taken steps that you want to be healthy. And once in a while, even if you take a sip, just see what happens. This is very, very diluted. Your body turns back to acidic. Your body turns back to acidic. Your body turns back to acidic. It even destroys Kangen water. So if you really want to be healthy and you care for the health of your family, first thing is you will have to remove the sodas from your life. But we have seen here that Kangen, because of Kangen water, because of the alkalization property, we can help reversing chronic diseases. So once you start drinking Kangen water, initially your acidity goes away, and in 8 to 10 days even your sugar level starts dropping down, and you experience very many health benefits. Now let's come to the third property, the microclustering. Along with the food, we also take supplements. In fact, there are world-class supplement companies in India also and worldwide. They are giving you fantastic supplements. But in spite of that, we are facing lack of nutrition. Why? Because most of the things we are eating is not getting into our cell. And the second problem we are facing today is toxin accumulation. We are having so much toxins in our body. Because of that, we are having memory loss, blurred vision, joint stiffness, back pain, and many problems. If you want to avoid all this, the most important thing is the nutrients must get into our cell and our toxins must get out of our cell. And that is only possible through the transportation system of our body, and the transportation system is our water. See, regular water is made up of 15-20 molecules of H2O. We know water cannot exist as a single molecule. As a single molecule, it's only available in the atmosphere. To be in the liquid state, it forms clusters. So the water normal clusters of 15 to 20 molecules, the size of the cluster is big. So the bigger the cluster, less penetration. Less penetration means less hydration, less nutrition, less oxygen, and less removal of toxins. But Kangen water is microclustered. It is made up of 5 to 6 molecules. So smaller the size, more penetration, more hydration, more nutrition, and more elimination of toxins. Dr. Peter Agre in the year 2003 got a Nobel Prize for the research on the plumbing system for the cells. He proved that water enters these cells through small holes called aquaporins. And these aquaporins are so small that regular water cannot easily penetrate. So when it cannot easily penetrate, it's not able to carry in the nutrition, the hydration, and it's not able to remove the toxins. But Kangen water is microclustered. It's easily able to penetrate, giving more hydration, more nutrition, and more toxin elimination. Now, how to prove that Kangen water is microclustered? Let me ask you a simple question. We all make green tea. Okay, so what is the first thing we do before making the green tea? We heat the water. So when we heat the water, what happens? These bigger clusters are broken down into microclusters and they are able to penetrate and make tea. But in Kangen water, you don't even have to heat it because it's already microclustered. So let's show here 2 tests to prove that Kangen water is microclustered. So here I have got a green tea. Okay, so let me put this green tea into the first glass here, and let me put one more green tea pack into the second glass here. So in one, I will try making tea with the normal water. So let me pour the normal tap water into this. Is it making tea? No. Now the second one, let me start using Kangen water. So the moment I put Kangen water, what's happening? It's instantly starting to make tea. When I go in for one more tea, the same thing, You can see here, not just one, you can go on making up to 4 or 5 cups of this green tea, because this water is microclustered. So once you start drinking Kangen water, what happens? This water is small enough and it easily penetrates our cells and it reaches our brain within 60 seconds. And within 15 minutes it reaches the whole body. So what happens? It carries more nutrition, more hydration and more detoxification. And within 20 to 25 minutes of drinking Kangen water, we go in for what is called the Kangen movements, removing the toxins from our body. And that's exactly what this water does. Because of the microclustering property, you have better hydration, you have better nutrition, and you have better detoxification. So overall, when we see, what does Kangen water do to our body? Number one, protects our cells, slows down aging, reduces fatigue, and increases energy because of antioxidation. Helps prevent and reverse chronic diseases like diabetes, cancer, gout, kidney problems because of the property of alkalization. And increases hydration, nutrition and detoxification, improves blood circulation because of the property of microclustering. So overall what happens? Every time you drink Kangen water, your body starts performing miracles. In fact, many people have been drinking this water for more than 10 years. And if you just go to the YouTube and just search for Kangen water testimonials, you will find more than 8,000 people who have posted their videos on the YouTube, where they have got miraculous reversals of many chronic diseases which were earlier thought impossible. So what you are having here is a water that protects your cell. You have got the water that provides the right alkalinity. You have got the water that allows the nutrition to get in, and you have got the water that removes the toxins. That means your body is going to perform miracles and you're going to stay healthy for a long, long time. Now, what is the value of owning such a machine that can produce such fantastic water? I would tell you it would be priceless. But this machine comes with a price. Now, before I talk about the price, let me tell today, a family of 4 people, if you look into it, we spend average between 15 to 30,000 rupees just for our food and groceries. That means, even if I take 15,000, average we are spending around 500 rupees per day. And this 500 rupees per day, are we spending for 70% of our body or 30% of the body? 100%, you can tell that we are spending it for the 30% of the body. So if we are spending 500 rupees for 30% of our body, how much should we practically spend on 70% of our body? It should be much higher. But believe me, Kangen water would cost you a fraction of this amount what you spend on your food. Because an SD501 is a lifetime investment. A machine that is designed to last for 20 to 25 years. And it's a medical device. And this machine is only costing 2,68,000. To calculate the cost per day, I will not go in for 25 years, I will not even take 20 years, I'm just take 15 years. So if I tell 15 per year it comes to 17,866, and if I divide this by 365, it only works out to 49 rupees per day. And it's not 49 rupees per person or per liter. It is 49 rupees per family. Because this machine produces 3 to 6 liters of Kangen water per minute. So we are spending 500 to 1,000 on our food. Can we spend 49 rupees per day for our water? 100%. And this machine is designed that you can take care of the maintenance by yourself. All you have to do is every 20 days you have a patented e-cleaning system which you can do it yourself at home. You don't need any professionals to come and do it for you. And once in 6,000 liters you will have to change the filter that's there in the machine. And this machine will keep giving you the best water for a very, very long time. And the cost of this is because of the engine of the machine. The engine of this machine consists of 7 solid titanium plates coated with platinum. They use titanium and platinum because they are the best metals in the world. Titanium is the best conductor and platinum is the best rust-proof metal. So because of this, what happens? The machine, the engine is going to be for a very, very long time. So the best lifetime gift for your family, the Kangen water, the SD501. So by pressing this button, you get the 8.5 water, 9 water and 9.5, which is used for drinking and cooking and anti-aging. So this water comes from the primary pipe. While this comes from the primary pipe, From the secondary pipe, you start getting the beauty water with a pH of 5.5 and 6. And this water is the best skin toner. So that's the reason many people are using this as a skin toner. The best skin toner in the world. And from this machine, you get unlimited skin toner. And when you press this button above, just below this clean water, you get water which is 7.0 pH. And this water is used to prepare baby foods and take allopathic medications. So what you are seeing here is one machine without any add-ons. You are getting the 3 waters which is used for drinking, cooking, and for taking medications, and also for the skin. And with little add-ons, you can also create 2 powerful waters through this machine. So let me talk about this strong Kangen water 11.5 pH. So before I talk, how do you wash your rice and vegetables at home? We normally wash it with our tap water. So here I've got some rice. Okay. So let me put some rice into this and divide it into 2. And one rice, let me wash with the bottled water, Bisleri. And in the other bottle, let me put this 11.5 water which is taken from this primary pipe. When you press this strong button, see what you have here is plain water, nothing else. So let me use this. And meanwhile, let me also use 2 cups of cherry tomatoes. Okay. So 1 cup of the cherry tomato, let me wash with our, once again, Bisleri water. And the other cup, of course, let me once again wash with our 11.5 strong water. And let me just keep them aside for a minute. Meanwhile, let me keep 2 more glasses here to show the speciality of this water. So first, why should we wash our food produce? We all know that all our food produce is coated with chemicals. And these chemicals are oil based so that rains don't wash away. So if rains cannot wash away the chemicals, do you think your tap water or any other water is going to wash away the chemicals? No way. So what is happening? Every day all these pesticides and these chemicals are entering into our body, and we are slowly poisoning our body. But once you wash this with the 11.5 water which is coming from the primary pipe, you can protect your whole family, because this water does something which the normal water cannot do. And that is what you're going to show now. So here I have got here sesame oil, which I'm going to pour in both these glasses, little of it. So what happens when I put normal water into the oil? What happens? Oil and water don't mix, oil floats and the water is down. Now with the same thing, let me use the 11.5 strong Kangen water and see what happens. The oil gets emulsified. It breaks away the oil. So when it emulsifies, it's able to wash away all the chemicals. So you can see the difference very clearly here. So now, so this is the normal rice that you washed. So let me just stir it up a little. And this is the rice you washed with the 11.5 Kangen water. So let me just remove the water and pour it into a jar. So what has come out of it? Just the white powder. But what has come out of this particular jar? You can see the green tinge over here. So these are all the chemicals which our normal water could not wash. So if I ask you, will you give this to your family or will you drink this? Never. But sadly, we are taking this every day and slowly poisoning our family every day. So if you want to really protect them, what you have to do? Wash your vegetables with the 11.5 water. Now let's get on to our tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. Okay. So here are the cherry tomatoes which have been washed with our normal water. And let me remove the water here. What did you see? Maybe nothing has come out. The water is as clear. Now that same cherry tomatoes, let me take out that water and put it into this glass, okay, and let me see what has come out of it. Wow, see the amount of poisons that has come out of this. This is washing the cherry tomatoes with normal water, and this is washing with the 11.5 strong Kangen water. So which water would you like to use to wash your vegetables with, your food produce with? 100% it would be the 11.5 Kangen water. Now let's come to the water coming out from the secondary pipe when you press the strong acid button. This is the strong acidic water, and this water is a very powerful disinfectant. In fact, you can store that water in bottles like this, and this could be your best mouthwash because it kills all the bacteria within 30 seconds. In fact, this water is used in many hospitals to sterilize operating rooms and also surgical equipments. When I talk about treating skin disorders, I mean drinking 9.5 Kangen water, then spraying the 2.5 on the infected parts, and then spraying the beauty water after that dries. So with these three things done consequently, what happens? Your many skin diseases reverse. Like you can see here, eczema reversed in 2 weeks. And what about psoriasis? Psoriasis, here you can see, this was a November 2011, December, and by January the psoriasis is gone. And the same thing here, chronic psoriasis, which has reversed in around 6 months. And this water is also used to wash wounds that are impossible to heal. And this water also helps to remove the foot fungus. And this water is also used here. You can see the wound here, and in 30 days the total wound has been cleared. And you can see here a foot with diabetic ulcer. So what happens with if anyone comes with a diabetic ulcer in India, they literally amputate the legs. Whereas in Japan, they use this water to wash the diabetic foot, and we can see in 3 to 6 months, even that leg begins to heal. The same process, drinking 9.5 water, washing with 2.5 acidic water, then spraying the beauty water. So you have got one machine here giving 5 different types of water. The first water for drinking, cooking, anti-aging. The second water for baby preparations and also for taking medications. And the beauty water, the best water for your skin, scalp and hands and legs. The strong Kangen water 11.5 that helps in a very big way to protect your whole family from all the poisons. And the strong acidic water, which is the most powerful disinfectant. In fact, because of these 5 waters, this is 100% the most essential kitchen appliance that is required for every home. And this is the machine, the Levelook SD501, 2,68,000 in India. In other places, accordingly, it's around $4,000. If it is in Dubai, it's going to be around 15,100 dirhams. And when we get on to the next machine, there is one machine called Levelook K8. It has 8 titanium plates, and the cost of this is 3,33,000. And the specialty of this machine is this can work on any voltage from 110 up to 240. And for hospitals and restaurants, they require a machine which is giving more of acidic and alkaline water. So that is the Levelook Super 501, which has 7 plus 5, that is 12 titanium plates. And the cost of this is 3,85,000. You can choose the machine that you want. So people who have the tap water with a TDS of around 150 to 250, you can directly connect this machine to the tap along with the pre-filter and to the machine. And for people who don't have a tap water, who have bore water with a high TDS, they have to use an RO machine to bring down the TDS to around 100 to 170, then connect this machine to the SD501 along with a small feeder pump. You can connect the bottled water to the machine using a feeder pump. But make sure that the TDS of the water is above 80. So the best lifetime gift for your family is this machine at 49 rupees per day, the best health for your family. And most importantly, this machine comes with a 5-year warranty. Thank you very much. Have a great day.